Hey guys, I'm Vicky Murgatroyd from Life Empowerment Project and welcome to this week's blog. Now this week I want to focus on saving you some money. Now there is nothing like getting your marketing working for you and having those leads and those clients just flowing in. It's a beautiful feeling, but this is a huge gap that most people are missing. That is leaving them loads of money on the table and in fact wasting them loads of money in marketing, full stop. So there are loads and loads of coaches out there pushing to help you set up your funnel or pushing to help you advertise and launch Facebook ads and all the rest of it. But what I want you to do before you do any of that is to pull it back. There is something that has to be in place before you start any of that that's going to determine the success of all that stuff. You can have a really successful funnel when this is in place. You can have really successful Facebook ads when this is in place, but not before. Anything that you put out there in advance of this being done will just fall flat. And that is very simply twofold. It is your messaging and your offer. Two things, really, really important. So specifics. Your messaging, what does your business represent? What does it do? Why would somebody want to work with you? What are they going to walk away with? Who is it for? Get really clear. Otherwise, what you're putting out there is generic, and when you try and speak to everybody, then you speak to nobody. Specificity is the absolute key. Break the mold, get really specific and really, really niche down in that, and it will set you apart completely. You will become the expert in that space. So the messaging of the business. I want to be able to land on your stuff, whether that be a video, whether that be your website, whether that be a landing page, whether that be social media. I want to land on there and I want to know immediately, is this for me or is this not for me? As soon as there's grey area in there, then you've lost me. Because you literally have seconds now, and that keeps getting shorter and shorter as our attention span gets lower and lower because everything's happening immediately. You literally have seconds to grab somebody's attention. Is this for me or is this not for me? And that is going to determine the success of your stuff. So who is it for? How do you help? What problems do you solve? And what solutions are you providing? And that has to be in their words, not yours. That's the key. You know what you're talking about, which ends up, you speak in jargon, you speak in the language of the expert, which is not the language of your ideal client. And that is where so many people are missing out because their message is solid, but it doesn't translate to the audience that they're speaking to. So again, when I'm landing on your stuff, is this for me or is this not for me? Imagine if I land on your website, on your video, on your advert, and everything that I read in there just ticks the boxes of exactly what's been going on in my head. What do? I trust you immediately. I think this person understands me, this person knows my problems, they know what I want, and they obviously know how to help me. That is the key. So your messaging is not the easiest thing to come up with, but it is well worth the time, it's well worth the research, and it's well worth you connecting with and making sure that it lands with who you want to work with. When somebody lands on your stuff, they should answer, yep, this is for me, or for the people who you don't want, no, this isn't for me. So you really want to be able to polarize people, be super specific in your message and make sure that that person who you are wanting to attract immediately knows that they can like you, they can trust you, and you understand them. So messaging is number one. And then the second prong of that is your offer. So what is the offer? How does somebody work with you? Or what are they going to get out of your freebie, for instance? So say if you're putting together a funnel to attract people, to build your list and then to market to those people, to build that trust and turn them into clients, then what's the offer? Is it a freebie that's going to offer them X result? It's not general, it's specific. Again, going back to your messaging. Once your messaging is clear, then your offer will be that much easier to create. And that goes from, as I say, your freebies all the way through to your main paid services, whatever that will be. So again, why do they want to work with you? What problems are they going to have solved through this process that they haven't been able to solve themselves? What solutions are they going to walk away with in their language? So messaging and offer. And I promise you, once you get those two things sorted, your marketing is going to get so much more of an ROI. You're going to earn loads more money, you're going to build loads more trust, you're going to bring on board so many more clients, and of course, that means you're going to change so many more lives. So messaging and offer. take the money off the table that you've been spending on advertising until you have those things nailed, and then when you do put the money back on the table for that, you're going to generate so much more from it, because people will understand your message, understand your offer, understand your business, and know that you are the one to help them. Absolutely critical, crucial right now, especially as the space gets more and more filled. It's getting more and more crowded in terms of your advertising, Facebook, social media in general, funnels, etc. It's all getting more crowded. If you can break the mold, get specific, get clear on your messaging and your offer, you're going to just dominate in the industry. You're going to make such a huge difference. So spend the time and the energy, do your research, talk to people who would be your ideal client, and understand in their words what they're desperate to have solved and what they're desperate to leave behind in their past, and the solutions that they want to walk away with. Do those things, get them on point, and I promise you your market is going to take off. The business will boom, you'll build heaps of trust, you'll over-deliver in terms of the results that you're promising, and of course that is where your magic comes in. That is where you start to get referrals, that's where the business starts to build authority, and that's where you get to live your life's work doing what you're here to do. So, 2 prongs, messaging and offer. Only then do you start advertising, paid advertising, doing funnels, whatever it is that you're kind of wanting to get into to generate more clients. Get those things down, and I promise you, you're going to get that much more out of it on the back end. So I hope this has helped. If this is something that you're struggling with, please, please, please put your details in below. We will have a great chat about it. We'll understand with one of the team exactly what's going on in your business, exactly what's missing, and exactly how to get you to that stage of understanding your audience, of building that trust and that authority, and becoming the go-to person in your niche. As I say, put your details in below. It'll be a complimentary call with one of the team, and we will get you started to make that huge change in your business, build that authority, become the expert, and love what you do. So I hope this has helped. If you found this video helpful, I would love for you to share it. Please let us get this message to as many people as possible, and subscribe to our channel so you make sure you're first one to get the updates. Hope you've enjoyed it, and I will look forward to seeing you on next week's vlog. Big love, and I'll see you soon.